A lot of people wonder what my streaming setup is like because right now you don't see much, right? You see a green screen and you kind of see this microphone every now and again. But I decided I wanted to show off everything that I have on stream, just give people an idea of what it looks like basically from this perspective on. So, what I'm going to do is I will quickly switch over to just my phone because I don't have a way to like record it from a camera because I don't own a camera, and you'll see why in a second. I have to do it this way, but I'll do it from my phone and record everything from this end, and then we can talk a little bit about it in a quick second. All right, so here is the stream setup from just the end that you really can't see. So first we'll start with this. This is our green screen. This is how I get my background. This is an Elgato product. You literally just push it down into its little case, and the case shuts. And then you just open it up and then pull the screen up, and it just stays up. So it's a really nice green screen, really easy to set up and tear down. Over here we have one of our newer panels. It's literally called Newer is the company. There's another one over there. There's two of them, and both of them direct light down onto the table, and that's the main player area, right? That's where when you watch me play board games, that's where it is, right there on the table. I also have an all-room light, which is in the corner. Just helps kind of even out some of the light. And then we have an Elgato key light for my face and another Elgato key light for my face as well. So we'll get to the table and the camera stuff in a second. We'll just start with the left side. So this is where if you see me pull cards or grab different stuff, this is the table I'm doing. This is on the left side. So I would store all my cards, ahead of time in boxes on here. Down here is just random stuff on shelves I need to clean up. In here is right now a bunch of Pokemon cards, but there's also like the hero boards and stuff. So once I clean this out a little bit, I can access those boards easier again. And then down here is all my Dragon Shield sleeves, so I can quickly just like sleeve everything and get it all set up. So this microphone is the second person microphone. This is what Novels uses. It's a Blue Yeti. It was also my first microphone that I used on stream. It's a fine microphone. It works. It's not great, but it works. Okay, so on their desk, I just have random things that like I play with throughout the day or whatever. So I have an Rubik's Cube that I do a lot, chapstick, some dials in case we need them. She has a cough drop for when she's on stream. So we have our Amiibo stuff for Tears of the Kingdom. We have a Nintendo Switch. We have some controllers. We have a Mew card. Actually, it's a metal card. It's not a real card. We have one of our speakers, which we'll get into in a second. I'll get into what this is in a second. We have a capture card. That's for the Nintendo Switch. This is what it looks like when I'm viewing the screen. So in the middle is just a mount. That mount holds up both monitors. On my right monitor, which you'll probably see me when I talk, generally speaking, this is the chat log. So all the chat will show up there. And then this is all the Twitch like activity stuff. And this is OBS that's running in the background. So when I change scenes or whatever, I would hit a button like that button, and it changes everything. And now I can see what you all see. Obviously, for whatever reason, this camera didn't turn on, whatever, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, so that's what that is all about. The left side is usually like whatever you see on the web browser. So if you see websites pulled up or whatever, or if I don't have anything pulled up, it's just the back end of Twitch, and that's what's kind of set up there. So that's what I use. So as far as cameras, this is the top-down camera that when you see the table, this is what you're seeing. And this is attached to a C-stand, which I think is also from Newer. It goes all the way into the ground. So it's just a giant stand with a long arm that reaches all the way over, and it's got a mount on it so I can hold it as a right degree angle. But the face down camera is an Elgato Facecam Pro. This lets you shoot in 4K 60, which is really nice. So I use this and I downscale from 4K down to 1080 to output it. But the picture is really nice. This is how we can zoom in like pretty close to the cards and not lose a ton of image. Same exact thing with this one. This is also an Elgato Facecam Pro. Just a cheaper mount that's hidden in the back. So those are the two cameras that I use. They're just USB-C cameras, pretty simple stuff. Okay, so on the right side is the other speaker, just some like random controllers and stuff, and controls for lights, all that fun stuff. As far as my microphone, I use the actual arm is a Rode PSA 1. It's a really nice arm, like stays where I want it to stay. It's really nice. And then the microphone is a Beacon microphone. Apparently it's muted right now. There we go. Now it's on. So now it's on, and that's what the microphone looks like. I can just swing it over there. So as far as what's on my desk, I use Razer products. So I have a giant mouse pad, a mouse from Razer. This is one of their keyboards. And then I have the Stream Deck, which again, I just push a button. So for example, if I push the intro button, switches everything up, and then now I can see this is the whatever it is. And I can push the face button, and now it switches to that. When I do different counters and stuff, so you can see on there, it says like hero up, hero down, villain up, villain down. This is what I'm pressing when I'm doing like the counters for everything. And then on this side is what controls all the sounds. So it's really hard to see in this light because the camera's not going to pick it up super great. But this controls like the microphone volume. I can just mute it if I wanted to. This one, what is this? This is music. This is what games would sound like. This is what the browser sounds like. So I can mute it to everyone, or I can just mute it to you all so I can still listen to it, because sometimes I do that with music. So yeah, that's everything that's here. And then that's blurry. And then the only other thing is down there is my PC. It's from NZXT. Really big fan of this PC. It's been really nice. It's worked really well. And I also have the Elgato foot pedal, which is not necessary whatsoever. But when you wonder how I do like zoom ins and whatnot on the screen when we're playing, that's how I do it. I push it with the foot pedal and it zooms in for me. All right, so hopefully you enjoyed that tour. So yeah, it's pretty basic. I don't know if I mentioned in the video, and then I think about it, like, you know, I mentioned that like right now this is me looking at chat, where chat would be. It's like me looking at it right now. Right down at the table where the keyboard was, that's where like the play area is. That's where I play board games all the time. So I just move the keyboard and the mouse and all that stuff aside, and I just play with a top-down camera. So yeah, just to give you a rundown once again, I think I mentioned the brand names of everything, but I know people wonder about that stuff. So again, my mic, this one that you see here, is the Beacon mic, and the reason I use it, and I don't think I went into detail about this, the reason why I use this mic in particular is because a lot of my audio stuff, and I think I can show this a bit. Hold on, let's switch things. Yeah, so here we go. So okay, so you can see like this is what the Beacon software looks like in the background, and you can see like it's showing where I talk, and this is like the decent range and where it starts peaking or whatever. And I have different noise suppressors going on, right? There's a suppressor going on, there's certain expanders, compressors, all that fun stuff, and it's constantly adjusting my voice. I also have this to be a bit bassier, taking out the midtones and putting a little more in the highs, and so you can see what I do here. Now you can switch the profile to make it sound way different if you want to, and if I need a lot more gain, I could do that, but this is the general gist of what my microphone looks like in the background. So it's doing all this processing of my voice on this microphone. So it doesn't do it through my PC. And again, it allows me, like when you saw the Blue Yeti, there's really no adjustment. There's a gain in the back and you can adjust the gain, and that's about it. What goes in, what comes out, right? So I like this, that I can adjust my voice a little bit, just give it a little bit clearer sounding, in my opinion, like a little bit clearer, a little bit better. Again, to try to cancel out some of the background noise, because especially if it's raining or something outside, like you can hear it on the walls and stuff. But with this microphone, you won't be able to, which is really nice. So yeah, this is the Beacon mic, and then the Rode PSA-1 is the arm that's used. And these are really the only two things you'll ever really see on stream. Well, I guess in the green screen, but this is absolutely phenomenal. I love this arm. It's really, really good. Yeah, it keeps everything where it needs to be. I have cheaper ones too, so it holds the Blue Yeti and holds this camera are cheaper arms, and they're not bad, but it's like you have to like kind of like force it in different spots, and like this is like very easy to push wherever I want it to go, and that's kind of the benefit of it, right? I can get it in any angle I want. The only thing is like the cords bunch really weird. I have to figure out a better way to situate the cords, but regardless, it's just smoother and easier and really nice to use. So yeah, other one is like I said, the Blue Yeti microphone. Back in the day it was $100. I think it's more now. I think it's like $150. The newer light panels from Newer, those were actually my face lights originally, but they're not very consistent lights. So I have them now being like side lights and whatever. Elgato key lights, which are expensive. I will warn you about that. So like for example, this mic can be pretty expensive. Those lights aren't too expensive. Those are expensive. This green screen is Elgato as well, but it's really good. I just like that, like it holds itself up and folds itself down, right? Like that's really, really nice to have. A lot of my stuff is Elgato stuff. I like them. I like their stuff. Like it mostly works when I need it to. Sometimes it doesn't, but it's not very often. So the C stand is newer. The two cameras are both Elgato Facecam Pros, not the regular. The difference is the regular is a 1080 60, and these are 4K 60. I got them 4K because it allows me to zoom in more. So if I wanted to zoom in on my face for some reason, like you could do it pretty tight shot with it. So it just allows me to do more punch-ins, which I need to do as far as editing goes. I don't do enough like punch-ins and punch-outs in my editing videos, so that is something I have to do. But regardless, just gives you a better picture overall. And then again, with Beacon, they have the Beacon Mix, which is the thing with the knobs that I showed you. It's called the Mix Create. Again, this is what controls all the audio interface. There's ways to do it on your PC. I didn't want to do it on my PC. I didn't want, especially with my older PC, it wasn't able to handle it. So my new one could handle it if I really wanted to, but now it's just easier that all the dials are right there. I can just adjust sound on the fly, whatever else. I also didn't mention that the headphones I use are just old Apple headphones. They're just plugged in via I don't know what that is, a 3.5 millimeter cable, right? That's what it is. And I just have it like attached to the bottom of my desk, so I can always find it really fast. But yeah, I use a Stream Deck to control most of the stream. Razer products, Asus monitors. They're just 1080 monitors, nothing too crazy. And I think that's everything. Oh, the foot pedals, Elgato. And I think that's everything. I think that's everything on stream. But yeah, as far as like software that's used, and again, we can kind of bring this up. I know I showed it once already, but now you get infinite maze. But this is what the software looks like when I broadcast and I record. So as you can see right now, it says stop recording because I'm currently recording this right now. But this is how I record things. And then these are all kind of the different scenes, and there's a bunch of old ones and new ones. These are the parts of it. So like obviously if I click on Facecam table, like now I could adjust my face. And this is basically how I record and stream is through this software. There's a plugin that allows me to use multiple outputs, and this is how I dual stream, because a lot of people wonder how I do that. So to start streaming, I make sure all my Twitch stuff, which is over, oops, that's not the Twitch stuff. Okay, so all my Twitch stuff really fast is set up here. So I just have to make sure that all this stuff is like good to go, right? So I just edit my stream info, and then once that's good to go, I hit start streaming. And then same with the YouTube. I just make sure my YouTube stuff is good. I just hit start streaming, and then I'm good to go there. So that is all the software that's used. And then as far as other software, like a lot of the music you'll hear in the background, I just run it through iTunes, and I run it to you all. Sometimes it's done through YouTube Music for different things on there. But yeah, that's basically it. That's the setup. Down the road, what I would like to do as far as upgrades to this stream, I want to upgrade Novels' microphone. I think she deserves a better microphone. This top-down camera, I would like to get an actual frame, probably a crop sensor camera. I'm talking a lot with Nelson about this. If I should get a crop sensor or a full-frame camera. I'm kind of leaning toward a crop sensor just to get a bit better of a picture. And I have an idea for a future setup that would use a 3-camera setup, which is a whole nother thing that I can get into later. But I would like to use this top down and just get a better camera. So again, it's easier to read the cards, right? That's really what it's about. It's easier to read the cards, easier to be like kind of a part of the stream. So yeah, so that's the next thing. Those two things are things I would like to upgrade. And then past that, we're pretty golden with things. We're in a very fortunate position that I don't really think there's much else to update. It's just like small things on the back end of trying to, make the alerts nicer and get more emotes and things like that. Those are pretty basic things. But yeah, I think that's really it. So I guess if there's ever any questions you want to know whatever about my stream setup, let me know down in the comments, and I'll be happy to respond to them and help you all out. But hopefully you enjoy this. Hopefully this is interesting. I don't know if this is really interesting. I like stream setup stuff. I think this stuff is really cool to learn and to use and to try to like integrate and whatever. But let me know Let me know your thoughts, what you want to know, what you like, what you don't like, whatever else. And yeah, if you have any questions, let down in the comments. If you made this far in the video, make sure to hit the like button, hit subscribe, all that fun stuff. See y'all next time.